DrakeParagon.
Hellish night of being hove to. We have abandoned ship. Beam reach for the next 2 days. It's all like way too deep or too shallow.
Oh shit, that's gonna jelly drink.
I don't think I'd be making this meal on a rough weather day. Whatever bolt or hardware was there before it has given out. This is uncharted territory.
I've heard that one before.
No, really, there's an iceberg right behind you.
Sunrise. I just watched the sunset about 3.5 hours ago.
That's wild, huh? Wow, the sun set 3 hours ago, and now it's rising again.
My shift was the one shift that I got to sleep during the darkness-ish. It wasn't completely dark. It was like sunset with like duskiness, and now I have the dawn.
Wow.
In 3.5 hours.
What a beautiful morning.
I get the sunset and the sunrise. Ha!
That's right.
3:47 in the morning. I am at the end of my 2-hour watch. I would say enjoying the solitude, but it's kind of hard with the engine running. There isn't much wind at the moment. It's right behind us, 5 to 9 knots-ish, kind of rolling. You know, I went to bed last night, like 10. It was that brightness that you have when the sun dips behind the horizon, but you can still, you know, pretty much see everything. So then I went to bed and get up 3.5 hours later, and it's that same brightness because the sun is just about to come up. Welcome to northern latitudes. And we've got about 3 hours of darkness, not even full darkness, because you know you've got that dusk and dawn on either end. We're 171.3 miles away from our waypoint, so we are almost there, which is pretty awesome. Got our little entourage of seagulls that I feel have been following us for this whole time. It's kind of the most fucking hardcore birds ever. I'm just like, yeah, I'll go ahead and, you know, fly along with this ship, Newfoundland to Greenland. I wonder if they are pissed because we're not a fishing boat. I wonder if they feel duped. Like, dude, every other time we followed a boat, fish guts have been prevalent. You guys suck. The most I've gotten is an orange peel. Time to go wake up Sleeping Beauty. Cold hands.
Oh no. That was the best sleep.
You slept well? That's awesome. Now get up.
I was having a dream.
A what?
I was having a dream.
That's good. Do you remember it?
Stop it. You don't even do that. Go away now.
58.99 degrees north and 50.53 degrees west. Now there are these big swells out here. It's enough when they hit us sideways for the whole boat to kind of I hate to like articulate it because I'm so like superstitious. But I've been feeling better. Been getting up, getting dressed, going to the bathroom. I haven't eaten at the dinette, like sitting up inside and eating, but I eat in the cockpit. Sometimes I eat in my berth. It's been much better. Much. It'll be nice to get into bed though. This morning was a little difficult to get out. It's definitely a little colder. And yeah, down in the berth, got our big fluffy blanket, our wool blankets that we bought in Gloucester. And Jake, my bed warmer, and Ina came down. He's like, "Ow, ow!" I got the feeling that he'd been saying it for a while. I just did not hear him. You know, you wake up. It's 2 in the morning. It's cold. And you have to get up and get dressed, get out on deck. But once you're out here, it's not so bad. It's kind of cool.
Hi.
Hi.
How are you?
Well, how are you?
Oh, I'm tired. I want to go back to bed.
That's how I felt this morning.
I wasn't able to sleep for several of my last off watches, and then this last one I did.
Yeah.
And then you woke me up. How was your watch for the last 2 hours?
It was fine. It's been like this. It's really rolling.
Really rolly, yeah.
We're only at about 8 or 9 knots apparent and like 5 true.
From what direction?
It's mainly from the stern and it keeps flipping back and forth. So
Really?
I could try to put the staysail out, but we brought the main in because it kept getting backwinded.
Really? You brought it in entirely?
Yeah.
Wow.
I mean, it's still up, but it's, centered because it was all the way out and Nina was looking at it and it's like forward, back, rolling.
So is the main still up?
The main is up, but we brought it, we centered it.
Okay,
Got the boom.
Huh. No wind. No contacts?
Only seagulls giving us dirty looks because we're not a fishing boat. I think it's harder to get out of bed.
Yeah.
But it's like super cold.
Yeah.
Nice and warm.
That's true.
That sucked this morning. We're like,
Sure did.
I'll keep that warm for you. Bastard.
So you did it. You got out of bed.
Yeah.
You always have. Yeah, me too. It's really rolly, man.
Yeah, it is. But I'm gonna go to bed.
Alright, sleep well.
So.
Thanks for the report. Sleep well.
Oh, thank you.
Good morning. The time is 4:10 a.m. local time, which is kind of like Lunenburg, Nova Scotia time. The light situation has really changed. Noticed last night that when I went off watch, the sun was setting, and when I came on watch, like 2 hours later, it was just about to rise. So we don't get much darkness anymore. It's like sun's down, sun's back up in the same watch. It hasn't affected our sleep schedule, which is 3 hours awake and 6 hours of sleep during the day, and 2 hours awake and 4 hours of sleep during the night. Up to that many hours of sleep, if you want it, which none of us has actually been sleeping that much. There's no wind right now, which is not great because we do have some swell, and so the boat's rocking from side to side to side to side, starboard, port, starboard, port, starboard, port. Which is uncomfortable. We're making just over 5 knots over the ground, low RPMs on the engine, oil pressure and temperature look fine, and I see blue skies, so maybe today's going to be a beautiful day. By this time tomorrow, we will just be entering the area of icebergs off the coast of Greenland. There are definitely icebergs around the coast off of Pamuut, and more icebergs further to the south, which we probably won't encounter because we're entering from a point more to the west. Alright, I'm gonna go make some coffee. See what happens next. Final approach towards Greenland. You can see here on the chart plotter, our position is 59.17 degrees north and 50.53 degrees west. Now I'll go over here to my computer where we have the latest ice chart, which is about 12 days old at this point, but it's all that we have. Unfortunately, the Danish government, which produces this chart, does not broadcast it over shortwave. You can only get it with a direct connection to the internet, and we don't have that. So again, we're at 59 right here, 59.17 north, so that line right there, and 50.53 west, 48, 49, 50 and a half. So we are right off the chart. We're right about there. Pamuut is right here, and these are all icebergs. The solid triangles are the denser icebergs that are more dangerous to hit, and the hollow ones, I guess, are not as dense and not as old, maybe, not as old ice. So you can see that there's a big band of icebergs surrounding the southwest of Greenland. They're all coming down the east coast and around the southern tip, and then being carried by current up the southwest coast of Greenland. So what we've just decided to do, knowing that our position is right here, is set a new waypoint for 61 north and 50 west, right there. Hopefully that'll keep all of the icebergs on our starboard side. You know, it's a 60 mile by 60 mile square. If we go along the western edge of it, then hopefully we won't see any of those bergs. My watch is just ending, and you know, 3 hours on, 6 hours off, 2 hours on, 4 hours off, 10-minute naps when you're on watch sometimes if you're exhausted, a lot of times going off watch and trying to sleep and not being able to. My whole sleep system is kinda different than normal 6 to 8 hours of sleep every night. I need more sleep more frequently to feel at 100% during the time that I'm awake. I don't know if I'm going to be able to go to sleep, but I'm going to try, even though it's really bright and sunny outside and it's starting to really warm up. We've got the engine running, we've had the heat running, the cabin heat running off of the engine, so it's nice and toasty warm in here. I think I'm just going to put a hat over my head and over my eyes to block the sun and just try to crash out. Aina just started his watch, and then it's Mo after that, and then it's me, so I can get a good 6 hours right now. See how it goes. We expect to be in Pamuut in about 2 days. I'm looking forward to doing the math and figuring out how many engine hours we have versus how many hours we've been out here, or versus how many hours we've been under sail alone, and figuring out the percentage of the trip that's been under power. I am very pleased that we have not even cracked a quarter of our total fuel supply aboard Paragon. That's really good. We won't have to take on that much fuel when we get there. .61 north?
61.
Aina is just setting the new waypoint on the chart plotter. Potentially after we've covered like 60 miles, we might see some icebergs on our starboard. I like it because we've got so much damn sun. Just discovered that a couple of the cockpit drains are not draining. I tried taking a saltwater hose and forcing water down the drain, but it didn't unclog it. Strange, that drain is shared with the galley sink. The galley sink's not overflowing. I'm going to try to clear whatever's blocking it. Whatever it was, I just pushed it down and out through the seacock. Just gonna wash the floor here. We can't afford for the cockpit drains to get plugged ever. You know, you're in a storm and a wave hits the cockpit and flaunts it and the water doesn't go out. That's a disaster right there. Mashed potatoes or shepherd's pie?
Yeah, it's gonna be tasty.
So I estimate that we'll be in the harbor in Hamut by maybe around 3:30 in the afternoon tomorrow, local ship's time. Tomorrow. It's our last day at sea before Hamut. Almost there.
We are currently 116 nautical miles away from the waypoint to enter into the harbour at Hamut. We've picked up our first broadcast from Greenland, and we're not sure whether it's in Greenlandic or Danish. So we've got the VHF broadcast. We're motoring along because there's less than 8 knots of wind. It's 4 knots apparent, so pretty much like what we feel. So it's really dead out here. It's kind of a bit misty. It's not raining, but we're just checking the horizons because we're getting into what's known as the West Greenland current, and that's what brings up all the icebergs from Cape Faroe. So we're just keeping an eye out. Myself and Drake are going to watch a film now, just because it's so dead. We're waiting for dinner to cook, and then we're gonna go and start watches for the night time. So everything's okay.
there's nothing really happening. We're just waiting to get to Greenland now. There's no wind to sail, so we don't have to set sails or anything. But it's just anticipation of the trip, because we've no idea what to expect. And yeah, we don't know. Since we're less than 120 nautical miles away, we're keeping a good lookout for icebergs. So iceberg watch. But it doesn't get too dark here at night time, so it should be okay. Hopefully we have a bright night and we can see fairly easy. Anyway, go watch film. Off we go then. Oh.
What did she cook? Well, it's an experiment actually. It's a tempeh shepherd's pie, but instead of using tempeh, I used that pork shoulder that we got in St. John's, and I have no idea how it's gonna taste. What a day. Sometimes I feel like, you know, you've really got to make sure you have stuff that can occupy your mind while you're at sea on days like today, you know? No sailing going on, kind of not so great weather outside, in that it's like colder and gray and wet. There's the autopilot's running, and there's not really much to do, so I'm glad that you had your Kindle with all your books to read, and Mo's got her iPod with her podcasts. With the engine running all day, I've been able to have the inverter on all day, so I've been able to use the computer for video editing. Alright, time to eat! 8:30 p.m. ship's local time. We are 88 nautical miles away from sort of the entrance to the harbor in Commute. We've actually already passed the southernmost tip of Greenland. Right there. So my ETA on getting to the entrance to the harbor is right here. 16 hours and 37 minutes at our current speed of about 5 knots, arriving at 1 in the afternoon tomorrow. I'll show you the harbor. This is the route that I've planned out already. Zoom in. Show you the actual harbor of Commute. Hopefully we'll find a place to tie up alongside something. As far as everything I've read, there's no anchorage of any type around here. Visibility is probably like a mile. And we're sailing through Iceberg territory, so I am coming up here and looking around every 10 minutes or so. Come nightfall, that's not going to do much good because there's no light, there's just lots of fog. So we'll be depending on radar contact to find the icebergs. Hey! How's it going? Cold?
It's cold and I haven't taken my eyes off the radar.
Nice. What's your watch been like for the past 2 hours?
It's been cold and busy. It is quite cool. I don't know if you want to stand in the companionway and look out.
And dress really warm.
As you can see, there's no rips on radar at the moment.
So we're going at about 4 knots.
Yeah. Is that alright?
Yeah, that's fine. With the reduced visibility, you know, we don't have to fly at 6 knots. So at approximately 2 in the afternoon tomorrow, we'll be 10 miles from land. 4 o'clock we'll be entering the channel. 6 o'clock we'll be in the harbor. We are in iceberg territory. Keep a good watch.
I always keep a good watch. Okay, sunshine.
You gotta get some rack, huh?
I like saucers for
Yeah, you got 4 hours off now. Yeah. Sleep well. Yeah, we'll see you in 4 hours. Enjoy your watch. I'll see you in 2 hours.
Okay. We're getting really close, and it's exciting. Today we should be in Greenland. We have 65 miles to go. Keeping a pretty, even more watchful watch, simply because the West Greenland current kind of comes up the side, it dips around from the east coast, goes around the Cape, and then comes up on the west side, and you can bring some icebergs and other things, as well as icebergs that are coming down. Just keeping a watchful eye, making sure that we don't go anywhere near anything even resembling an iceberg. All's quiet on the western coast. It was really interesting. I was on watch, and I just suddenly had this feeling of being in the middle of the Labrador Sea, and kind of what that meant, and how tiny it felt all of a sudden. You know, bobbing on this little boat with, you know, thousands of feet of water underneath us. I think especially it was really interesting. I don't know why this happened, but a couple of times over the past several days, the depth meter, it doesn't have a reading on it. It's just little dotted lines going across it because it's just too deep for it to measure where the ocean floor is. But a couple of times it would read 42 feet, and then it would just go back to the dotted lines, or it would read 39 feet. At one point it was 14 feet. And I wondered if it was like a whale below the boat, and it was picking that up instead. Which is a little freaky if you think about it. I've heard about whales coming up and like breaching hulls of boats, so while I love to see the whales, I'm very respectful of their size. Definitely excited to get to land, even though I've been feeling a lot better. It's been so rolly. I haven't really had any wind. Like all day yesterday, we were running the engine because it's like 5 knots of wind on the stern. Today I think it's like, yeah, 5 to 6 knots. We're putting straight into it. But I'm feeling good. And I'm starting to get really excited because we're going to be in Greenland tonight. And we might take a shower, which would be awesome. I'm like past the point of dirty, like my hair is disgusting. And kind of itchy and yucky. Alright. Time to go look again. Okay, it's time to go wake Drake up. It's 1:46 ship's time in the morning. Wake Drake up for his last morning watch before we hit Greenland.
Hi! How are ya?
Well, how are you?
Oh my god, I am so tired. It was so hard to wake up. I closed my eyes and I could have fallen back asleep. I almost did. How are you? How was your watch? You are so cold. Oh my god, you're so cold. Go inside and go to bed.
My gloves got wet, so...
Don't even think about it. Go to bed. Go to bed. Go to bed. In order. That's cold. Well, we got through the night unscathed. We didn't hit anything. We saw some sort of static on the radar throughout the night that we thought might be icebergs or pack ice or drift ice or bergy bits or something like that, something we could hit. But it was just some sort of static caused by waves or rain. It was a pretty spooky night, just eyes glued to the radar, motoring through the night. It's now 3 in the morning and the sun is coming up and I can see Greenland for the first time. It's about 45 miles away, but you can definitely make out these mountainous land formations on the horizon. Check it out, it's beautiful. I've never seen a sunrise quite like that before. First sight of land in about a dozen days. It's just gorgeous! We made it! And a beautiful sunrise behind the mountains of Greenland. And it's cold! Oh my god, it's freezing! I gotta put on a jacket. Actually, I'm going off watch now. Ana's taking it. He's gonna get a beautiful sunrise. And I'm gonna get some sleep. And we'll be in Pamute tonight.
So this is our first introduction to icebergs, where it's going to be our first course change because of an iceberg. It's 5 miles ahead of us off our bow, and it's pretty massive. Compared to the other one, which was a lot smaller, this one's maybe 4 or 5 times the size of it. So it's looks like maybe 50 or 60 meters high, maybe more. This is a proper iceberg, like.
So Ana's going from a full main to a second reef, bypassing first reef. We're just going to go to second reef and then we'll use a jib for power. I'd rather go to second reef right now because we are entering an iceberg field and I just want to have more maneuverability with the engine rather than by sail. That winch there on the starboard side that he's got his hand on right now, that's a main halyard. He's loosening the main halyard. Not completely, just enough to bring it down a little bit. And then he's going to winch the reefing line. That's that one. That line goes all the way to a block on the aft end of the boom. And then you can see the line go up to the leech of the sail through that little metal eye ring. And then it comes back down to another block right there. And then it goes forward to that winch. So he's bringing down the sail to second reef by cranking in on the leech as he lowers with the main halyard. Looking good! You have got reefing down, man. I am psyched.
Aina here. I just wanted to make a quick message just to say hello and to say thanks very much for all the training. It's got me a long way. So basically, I just wanted to show you a little friend I met while out here at sea. We're off the coast of Greenland at the moment, and I just wanted to say thanks. Hope you're all keeping really well, and hope all the students are studying really hard. So over here, we have a lovely little friend.
Okay, so this is real life aboard Paragon. We see an iceberg and we kind of change course and we're like, okay, cool, we're off course, we're not going to hit the iceberg. And it's like, cameras! So, wow. I mean, there's practically the same amount of cameras on deck as there is lines, probably.
Cameras definitely outnumber people, like 2 to 1.
There's 2 to 1. That's not including the GoPros either. Never a dull moment here on Paragon. We're just taking some recordings of an iceberg that's off our starboard side. Everybody's busy taking pictures. I'm taking pictures, Drake's taking pictures, Mo's taking pictures.
There's another one.
Where?
Actually, there's 2 more. Right there. Like 10 and a half, 11.
Well, we couldn't have timed this better with the sun, huh?
No, man.
Would have sucked going through this in fog.
Yeah. When you don't see it with your own eyes, you're just trusting the machine, trusting the radar.
Yeah.
Because you wouldn't see it. Like, I mean, we could be this close to it, and I mean, we would have seen it last night maybe, but not when it was really, fog was really close.
Right. Wow.
Yep. Never thought I'd see one of these.
Not like this, yeah. Well, we're about 20 miles away from our waypoint marking 10 miles to land, and we can definitely see it, as well as several icebergs. It's just amazing. I never thought I'd be sailing around icebergs. It's just amazing. The Greenland coast dead ahead. Can barely start to make it out there, but down here we've got that guy. He's an enormous iceberg. He's got a big opening in the side too, which is really cool. How cool is that?
So we saw that first iceberg, which was really awesome the other day. And then we saw the one with the arch in it, which was also really cool. But now we are in a field of bergy bits, and they're all over the place, and it's a little disconcerting. There's a ship over there as well, which actually is kind of nice to see another ship. It's got this really massive iceberg over here. Beautiful. But then surrounding it in the water, you've got just a ton of little bits. And by little bits, I mean from tiny little handheld things to things that look about the size of a car. And they're just kind of everywhere right now. It's just polka dotted. Kind of stuff. A lot of these tiny pieces, they actually shave themselves down so that they're a little flat on top, and then they can have like a thin knife-like edge underneath the waterline. I don't really want to experience that. So we lowered the mainsail. We are no longer on the autopilot. Drake is hand steering, and we're just kind of going through here and taking it slow. And we're so close. We're so close. We're like 30 miles away from turning into the harbor. You know, this is when it gets tricky. You start hitting all these little pointy bits on land, and things start getting shallower, and you've got icebergs and bergy bits and stuff. My hands are freezing. It looks beautiful out, but it's pretty cold. But it's sunny, and that's awesome. We were just talking about how difficult it would be if it was foggy out here right now. The big icebergs are showing up on the radar. Little bergy bits, not so much. A bergy bit sounds so cute. Bergy bit sounds like, aw, teddy bear. When really it's more like a pointy, crazy car that wants to slash a hole in your hull. We're just gonna take it slow and make our way, and God, I can feel the hot shower. You're joking.
No, I'm serial.
No,
yeah,
I've heard that one before.
No, really, there's an iceberg right behind you. Wow.
It's kind of cool, eh?
Yeah. God, I wonder how much fresh water is in that iceberg. I wonder how old it is, and I wonder how much of it is under the water.
Lots.
Did you tell Adam that you've stolen his hat?
I didn't steal his hat.
What do you mean? You're wearing it. Looks like you stole it.
You were wearing it the other day.
Well.
Punk, you're gonna throw me under the bus.
Adam, you left your hat. I'm sorry, I haven't returned it to you. And now we've...
Drake was wearing it the other night going...
It didn't exactly go like that, but
totally went like
but
that.
It's a really nice hat, and we can send it back to you from Greenland. Or maybe I could buy it from you, because it's a really nice hat. It's really soft, and so...
You never wear hats.
I've been using it to sleep during the day by pulling it over my eyes. I have another hat that's wool, and it's just too scratchy to put over my eyes. I wish you were here, man. You would totally dig this. Check it out. It's an iceberg, man. We are sailing... Excuse me, Mo. We're sailing by icebergs.
It's pretty cool.
I wish you were here for this leg of our voyage. Certainly hope that you'll come sail with us again anywhere. You sure would have really liked this, man. But, okay, I'll talk to you soon. Take care, Adam. I've got the radar set to showing 6 miles out. Each one of these rings is 2 nautical miles. As you can see, we have 1, 2, 3, 4 radar contacts. They are all icebergs. You wouldn't want to do this at night. Definitely you wouldn't want to do this at night. Because it would be like going through a minefield. Here you can see that 1.5 nautical miles to our starboard there's a radar contact. It is obviously an iceberg 1.5 miles away, and we can't see shit because it's fog. I think we've got like 1 mile of visibility around the boat, and that iceberg is just outside of that range. It's obviously a huge iceberg. We can't even see him. I can now attest that bergy bits do not show up on radar. Just the really big icebergs. But the small bergy bits, which might have like a foot or two above the water, they haven't showed up on our radar. Now, I'm not a professional radar operator, and there may be options or settings on the radar that I can tweak to pick up those bergy bits, but don't know how, or even if it's possible. 8.78 nautical miles away from the harbor, and we can't see a damn thing. So over there you can see another iceberg, or maybe that's considered a bergy bit. Whatever it is, I sure wouldn't want to hit it. And it is not showing up on radar. And it's not that far away from us. There is a tide station for Pamute, 16 feet tidal range. So wherever we tie up, we'll have to, you know, keep into consideration the fact that there's going to be a 16-foot tidal range in Pamute. I have never tied up anywhere with a 16-foot tidal range. Not on my own boat, anyway. Okay. Mind if I close my eyes for just a few minutes? Blue or orange? If you don't like it, I mean, mix it up and taste it, and if you don't like it, then I'll take it, and you can try this one. You can try this one anyway.
Okay.
Okay!
Thank you.
Let's not find an iceberg.
Delicious and hot.
Wonderful.
It's warming my hands up, which are very cold. They're like red. Oh, man.
So I guess I should get on the radio and just call Pamute Harbor and see if anybody answers. Pamute Coast Station, Pamute Coast Station, Pamute Coast Station. This is U.S. flag sailing vessel Paragon, Paragon, Paragon on channel 16, over. Maybe there's nobody listening. Maybe there's nobody out there. Boy, this fog is really amazing. Here's our boat on the chart plotter. Here's an island called Vardeo. And Vardeo is also showing up very clearly on radar. He is just half a mile away from us on our starboard side, just forward of the beam. And if you look, you can't see him. Oh, wait a minute, is that? I can just barely make it out. Right there. I don't know if you can see that on the video.
Yeah.
So I can barely see it through the fog. God, I hope things become more clear when we are making our way through all of this stuff. Because then we'll have rocks on either side. I'm reminded that this chart plotter radar combo made by Faroe was worth every damn penny I spent on it. There's land dead ahead, lots of fog over it. Just barely make out the rocks there. We're gonna go here and then that way with rocks to our port, rocks to our starboard, and verifying that everything is correct on the radar. Whew, it's a little tense. Depth is 212 feet. 109 feet, 208 feet, 169, 154, 147, 96, 94. Depth is going down. Fun stuff. Okay. I'm going to stop recording and start paying attention to where I'm going. This place is unlike anything I've ever seen before. The rock formations, the icebergs, the glaciers, and the fog. This is like sailing through the land of the lost. Expect some dinosaur to come out of the corner. Commute coast station. This is sailing vessel Paragon. Paragon on channel 16, over. Hello sir, this is U.S. flag sailing vessel Paragon. Thank you for answering us. We are calling to ask if we may come into the harbor and commute and tie up somewhere, over. He said, I don't know who you are calling to. And I said, oh, okay. Yeah, I'm not exactly sure what the procedure is for us. We're a U.S. flag sailing vessel. We would like to come into Commute Harbor. And he said, okay. That was it. Yeah. Not quite like sailing into Canada or the States. Or most places for that matter, I think. But at least somebody answered the phone, you know? I've got a suspicion that we're going to go into that harbor and have to figure it out on our own. I don't think there's going to be anybody on beach that's going to guide us to a particular dock like they did at St. John's. Okay. So that's the entrance to the channel, right down there. That thing looks like it's been there for a long time. I think it's called the Greenland Star. Now it serves as a navigation marker for the entrance to the channel. And in we go. This is not like sailing in North Carolina. Check out that coastline. Just amazing looking. And little fjords going through them. Amazing. Just wow. I never thought I'd get to see this. It was definitely worth the voyage.
There's fucking nothing here. There's nothing here. Okay. It doesn't look abandoned, all right.
Maybe right there. Come back and yeah, probably dock right there.
Oh, can you just pass me the GoPro, please?
It's a bit like St. John's.
Yeah, it really is, huh?
we gotta go out, turn around, come back, go slow, and try to tie up on that dock right there. Are you ready, Aina? Put the camera down. Get ready. Everybody get ready. We're gonna dock.
Right there.